Welcome everyone. Let's start laying down. Just make sure you've got your strap and your alpha ball close by. And so let's start with no props. Lay down on your back, legs are straight. And we're going to start with a therapeutic diagnostic movement. So I'm going to root down into the heels, point your toes, and then flex your feet. Point the toes, flex your feet. And so you'll notice that your body is going to bob up and down. And you can start to increase the speed. And we're going to do this for about a minute. So it's diagnostic in that you're noticing what parts of your body are moving and which ones aren't moving, which muscles aren't moving, where you're holding tension. And the rocking does have a therapeutic effect on the body. Just if for whatever reason this is bothering you, for whatever reason, if you've got a headache or something, just go slower or leave it out. But just keep going. Let's go for another 15 seconds. Okay, and come to stillness. And let the feet be wide. Let the arms be wide, away from the body. And make any little adjustments you need to make so that you're laying flat on your back. And notice the vibrations in your body. Your cells have been woken up. And just feeling that vibration and noticing where you feel sensation. Bring your attention to your breath. Letting go of your day. And feeling your low belly as it rises and falls. As you breathe in and out. Relaxing the body. Relaxing your arms, your legs, your jaw, your eyelids, heart space. Relax between the eyebrows. Dropping down into your center and into your body. Noticing whatever's present in your body, in your heart, in your mind. And being okay with whatever's there. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Let it go through the mouth. Settling into the space you're in. Inhale. Exhale it all out. Feeling the support of the earth beneath you. Inhale. Exhale. Finding presence in your body, in the space you're in, and on your mat. And slowly just start to bend the knees, place the feet flat on the floor. Find your alpha ball, and we'll place it right underneath the sacrum. So pretty much right behind the tailbone, but a little bit further up. And just let the ball penetrate this bone here, the muscle surrounding the bone. Let's slowly and gently start to rock the hips from side to side. So you don't have to go all the way over to the outer hip. Basically just wanting to massage across the sacrum. Go nice and slow. And the ball might like to travel down. So if it starts to do that, just move the ball back up into position. Come back to center. Lift your hips and move the ball over to the right so that it's between your outer hip and the sacrum, but at the same level. Breathe here. And we'll start to shift the hips from left to right. So now the ball, when you shift the hips to the left, the ball will travel over to the far outer hip, so around the glute medius. And the gluteal muscles, massage, rolling them out. And again, the ball is going to start to wander out towards the right. Just pop it back into place. Continue. Breathing deeply. Now we'll do the other side. Lift the hips, slide the ball over to the left, between sacrum and the outer glute muscle. And take a couple of breaths in stillness. And begin to slowly and gently rock your hips from right to left. Giving the glutes a nice massage. Okay, and lift your hips. Take the ball out, release the hips, let the knees come together, feet wide, and just take a couple of breaths. Separate the knees, bring the feet back to hip distance apart. Lift your hips and we'll slide the ball to the right of the spine under the QL, on top of the QL, the low back muscle. So I like to do this right on my skin. So you can move your shirt out of the way so it doesn't get all tangled up in the ball. And so the ball is just above the pelvis, above the iliac crest, and to the right of the spine, so your low back muscle. Just gently allow the hips to sink towards the floor in their own time. Straighten the right leg. And begin to move the left knee from right to left. So giving the QL a massage from right to left. Back to center. And the same action we did at the very start, where you ground down through the heel, point the foot, then flex the foot, point the foot, flex the foot, and just speed that up so that the ball is now running up and down along your QL muscle. Good, come to stillness, bend your right knee, lift your hips, and slide the ball over to the left side. And just take a moment and let the body get used to the ball being here. And just observing when the muscle starts to soften and the hips start to descend towards your mat. May not happen. Just witnessing the opening of the body when it happens. Witnessing the tension. Listening whatever's there. And listening. Breathing. Straighten the left leg along the floor and guide the right knee over to the left, across the body, and then back over to the right, just a little bit. Winging the knee out to the side, crossing the knee over to the left, and back out to the right. Just feeling it out, doing what feels good. Back to center, and we'll do the chugging action on the heels. So point the foot, flex the foot, point the foot, flex the foot. Speed it up or slow it down, your choice. Okay, and bend the left knee, lift the hips, take the ball out, rest it on your belly, toe, heel, toe, the feet out to the side. Notice how warm your ball is. Taking on the heat of the body, and breathe here. Take some deep inhales and deep exhales, breathing out through the mouth if you like. And we'll take the alpha ball and we'll slide it underneath the right shoulder blade. So it's going to feel different. We usually use the therapy balls, the little tune-up balls. So you're going to be quite a distance off your mat. And if this really doesn't feel good in your body for whatever reason, just take out a smaller tune-up ball and slide it under your scapula. So let's allow the body to get used to the ball being here. And we'll introduce some arm movements. So start to move the arm above the head and back down, up and down, up and down. You probably don't need to lift the hips, but you can also try lifting the hips if you want to feel more pressure here. Then guide the arm over to the left and all the way out to the right. Cross the body, out to the side, across your body, out to the side, and one more. Good, and then start to make some circles with your elbow. So nice big circles with the elbow one way, and the other way. And then we'll pull with the feet to pull your body down towards the bottom of your mat, so the ball rolls up the back to the upper trapezius. And you can keep your hips on the floor and let the muscle accept the rubber ball, or you can lift your hips a little bit, your choice, depending on the intensity you like. And then introduce your arm movements. Arm above the head and down, above the head and down, up and down. Cross the body and out, over and out, over and out. And make some circles with your elbow. A few times one way and a few times the other way. And we'll take the ball out, rest on your back, and just notice the difference on your right side compared to your left side. Maybe it feels a little closer, a little more connected to the earth. And let's do that on the other side. Slide the ball under the left shoulder blade, your left scapula. And take a moment to let the muscles accept the ball into the body, breathing deeply from the belly. An option to lift the hips if you like, to add a bit more pressure, but you don't have to. Introduce your arm movements above the head and down, reaching up and down, up and down, reaching across your body and opening to the side, over and out, over and out, circling the elbow. And the other way. And then we'll pull with the feet, pull the body slightly down towards the bottom of the mat so the ball rolls up the body. And lift the hips if you like. You can even move around a bit. We didn't do this on the other side, but you can just shift around a bit if it feels like you want to massage that supraspinatus area, upper trap. Mine is especially tight, so I'm just gonna work it out a little bit here. And then keeping the hips lifted or not, introducing your arms up and down, up and down, up and down. Over the body, out to the side, over, out, over, and out. Circling the elbow in one direction and the other direction. Okay, and you can take the ball out, put it off to the side, relax the legs for a moment, and just relax your whole body. Take a few breaths. And then hug your knees in towards your chest and take some deep breaths. Catch hold of just the right knee and extend the left leg long along your mat. Move the knee over to the right and back to center, to the right and back to center, to the right and back to center. Find your strap. Loop it around the bottom of the right foot. Extend the right heel towards the sky and just run your hands down the strap so that your elbows and your shoulders are resting flat on your mat. You can relax the left foot, the left leg, and breathe into the back of your right leg, calf, the knee, the hamstrings. Drop the right hip down. Relax the face, the jaw. Take both ends of the strap into the left hand. Guide your right foot over to the left. Keep both your hips on the floor. So if it means you have to just grab hold of your outer hip, your thumb into your right hip crease, do that. Keeping the sacrum flat on the floor. For more sensation, press your big toe base up towards the ceiling, as if you're stepping on the ceiling with your right foot. And breathe. Inhale the leg back up to center, switch your hand, and guide your right foot over to the right, opening the groin, the inner thigh, using your other hand, your left hand, to root down onto the left frontal hip bone, keeping both hips flat on the floor. Left leg can be relaxed. Inhale the right leg back up to center. Release the foot and the strap and relax the leg flat on the mat. And take a few breaths, noticing the release in your right side. Let's do the other side. So begin by drawing both knees into your chest. And catch just the left knee and extend the right leg along the floor. And move the left knee over to the left and back to center. To the left and back to center. To the left and back to center. And then catch hold of your strap. Place it around the ball or the arch of the left foot and breathe here. Catch both ends of the strap into the right hand and guide your foot over to the right. Keeping the sacrum flat on your mat. An option to press the big toe base towards the sky for more sensation along the outer hip, IT band. Inhaling the leg back to center, switch your hands and guide the left foot out to the left. Relax the right leg. Relax your shoulders, relax your neck. And inhale the leg back up to center, bend the knee and release your strap. Place your strap over to the side and relax the left leg and breathe a few breaths. Feel the release. And we'll bend knees. And we'll come into thread the needle. So cross your right ankle just above the left knee and draw your left knee in towards your chest, catching behind the left knee or catching in front of the left shin. So feeling a nice stretch through the right glute, right hip area. Your feet can be relaxed unless you feel any kind of discomfort in your knees, then you can flex the right foot to relieve any pressure on your inner knee. Line your left knee up with your left hip. Releasing tension. Creating more space in the tissues, in the fascia. Relax your jaw. Relax your eyelids. Let's take 3 more breaths. Slowly release your left foot to the floor and we'll swap sides. Crossing the left ankle just above the right knee and guide your right knee in towards you, catching behind the knee or in front of the shin. You can relax the legs and the feet, relax the shoulders down towards your mat. And then just notice if your knee is slightly over to the left, your right knee is leaning to the left, just lean it over to the right a bit so it's right over top of your hip joint, lining up your joints. And feeling a good stretch through the left hip. Option to do this at the wall if you like, so you don't have to use your arms to hold your right knee in. You can just put your right foot on the wall to give you support. Soften your face. and your jaw. Relax your legs, your feet. If you are looking to feel this more in your glute, just draw your right knee in further and send your left knee away from the body. And that will help to just add a little more opening in the hip and in the glute. Let's take 3 more breaths. And slowly release the hands, release the foot to the floor, unwind your legs, and just relax for a moment. With both legs straight. Bend your knees. Cross your right leg over your left. Lift your hips and slide your hips over to the right. And the knees will drift over to the left. So finding your twisted roots variation of your spinal twist. And always modify if needed. If this is too intense, just uncross the legs and stack the knees and the ankles. Option to look towards the right fingertips if it feels comfortable for your neck. Supporting any part of your body that needs support. You can slide a block or a cushion under your knees. You can slide a cushion underneath your right shoulder if it needs support. Noticing where you feel this in your body. And soften the body, soften everywhere. Your feet, your legs, your hips, belly, stomach, heart, shoulders and arms, all the way to the fingertips, neck, and your whole head. If your legs are still crossed, carefully unwind them. And then slowly bring one knee back at a time, back to center. Bring your hips back to center and hug your knees in towards your chest. Release the knees to the floor. Cross your left leg over your right. Lift your hips and slide your hips over to the left. Knees come over to the right. Arms come into a T shape. And same instruction here if you need to reduce the twist. Just stack the knees and the ankles. If you want a little more stretch through the low back and the outer hip, keep the legs crossed, but just be mindful of keeping your body safe. Being mindful of softening your muscles. Relaxing the thighs, the low legs, the feet. Feeling the breath in your belly. Feeling a stretch through your left armpit area, across your chest. Take 3 more breaths. Carefully start to unwind your legs and slowly bring the knees back to center. Bring the hips back to center. Hug the knees in towards your chest. Make any movements that you would like to make to massage out your low back. And release the legs. Lay flat on your back. And just pause here to feel any new sensations in your body. Reach the arms above the head. Give your whole body, full body stretch, reaching through the heels, reaching through the fingertips. And then we'll walk the feet over to the right. So walk, 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 and then cross your left ankle over your right. Then start to move your upper body over to the right as well, turning yourself into a crescent moon. You can catch your left wrist with your right hand, or you can catch opposite elbows. Whatever feels most comfortable to you. Feeling a nice long stretch through the left side body. Relax where you can relax. Feet, the legs, the shoulders, the neck, jaw, the whole face. Relaxing the body, feeling the floor supporting you from below. Feeling like the earth's got your back, supporting you, holding you. It literally has your back. Three more breaths. Carefully uncross your ankles and slowly walk the feet and the upper body back to center. Hug your knees in towards your chest. Release your low back. Hold here in stillness or make movements if that feels good. And let's do the other side. Extend the legs long. Reach the arms above the head. Stretch the spine. Walk the feet over to the left. Cross the right ankle over the left, and then start to move the torso, the arms, the shoulder, the head over to the left, catching elbows, or your left hand can catch your right wrist, or any combination. Doesn't matter which hand catches the wrist, just have your arms as comfortable as you can. And feeling a deep stretch through the right waist, hip, around the ribs. And just notice when you allow your body to soften a little bit. Notice when that happens. Your body adapts to stretch and can start to relax and soften in the shape. Relax your shoulders, relax the arms, neck, keeping your awareness on your breathing. We'll take 3 more breaths. Carefully uncross your ankles. Slowly bring your legs back, your torso back. Stretch the arms, the legs, reach. And exhale, hug the knees back in towards the chest and release the low back. Making any movements here that you like. And bring the feet down to the floor. Breathe in through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. One more inhale. And exhale. Find your bolster. If you don't have a bolster, find a block. And we'll slide the bolster underneath the sacrum. So that is the midline of the bolster should be right around the tailbone area, a little bit above the tailbone area. So make sure your pelvis is supported. And option to stay just like this and take a nice supported bridge pose, or you can straighten your legs and come into full release. If for whatever reason it feels like the bolster is too high, like for me, it feels a little high, I'm gonna bend my knees, move the bolster a little bit lower to feel more support, and then release the legs. Just make sure that you feel supported. Draw the shoulders down away from the ears. Option to move the arms above the head if you like to get more of a stretch through the front body, the side body. Bend your knees one at a time and lift your hips and move the bolster so it's a little bit higher. If you're using a block, don't move it higher, just leave it where it is under the sacrum. And we'll pick up the feet and extend the heels to the sky. We'll just take a little bit of an inversion here. Bring the legs a little closer towards the chest if you like. You don't have to. You can keep the legs straight up and down. If your legs are closer towards your body, let's bring them back up. Take a few more breaths here. Slowly start to bend one knee, bend the other knee, and bring one foot at a time back to the floor. And if you're using a bolster, we'll come straight into Shavasana so you can lift your hips, push the bolster down so that it lands underneath the thigh side of the knees. And we'll come into our final pose, corpse pose. So just make yourself as comfortable as possible. So your spine is long, shoulder blades. So lift your upper back and slide the shoulder blades in and down. Let the arms be away from the body. And just let your whole back body melt into the floor. And let's take the longest breath. Inhale, you've taken all day. Inhaling through the nose. Hold at the top. Let it go through the mouth. And settle into silence, peace, and rest. Slowly start to deepen your breath. Bring some movement into your fingers and your toes, into your head and in your neck. Rotate your wrists and your ankles a few times the other way. Give yourself one last long stretch. Push your bolster away from you. Roll over to one side and take a couple of breaths in fetal position. And slowly start to come all the way back up. And find a comfortable seat. Sitting up nice and tall through your spine, sinking down into the floor, still maintaining the connection with the floor, having spent the last 75 minutes connected to the earth. Now connect to sky. Taking a moment to feel your body, your heart, your mind. Let's rub the hands together briskly, creating some heat between your palms. Cup your palms over your eyes. And release the hands back to your heart. Lift your heart up a little bit more. Bow your head to your heart. And taking this feeling, whatever it is, of peace, of tranquility, space, ease, take this feeling with you into the rest of your evening. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste.